Good evening, respected Dr. Prasanna Kumar sir, esteemed poets, ladies and gentlemen. It gives me immense pleasure to be invited in this garden of poetry to recite poems. I have been scribbling poems and articles since my childhood. They were published in various newspapers like the Indian Express, Times of India, etc. Many of my poems have been featured in webzines like The Poem Hunter, Poetry Soup, Starlight Cafe, etc. I have published two poem books. Firstly, The Muse in My Salad Days is a collection of poems in my maiden days. My mother always inspired me to write poetry. Whenever we went out for a walk in the summer, the cool breeze lightened our moods. And she told me facts about the sun, stars, trees, flowers, birds. She also used to read out Rabindranath Tagore's poetry to me, explaining them in details. This led gradually my love towards literature and particularly poetry. Poetry is the outburst of my extreme emotions, be it in joy or in ecstasy. Poetry enchants the soul, uplifts the mind, and reaches the pinnacle of sublimity. When my first poem book, The Muse in My Salad Days, was published, it was widely circulated among friends and others. I remember my friends saying that her daughter used to recite poems from my book and won several prizes in her school competitions. The Muse in My Salad Days contains poems of nature, human values, feminism, etc. First, I'll read my first poem from The Muse in My Salad Days. The first poem is Ice Cream. Oh, ice cream, you are made of ice. Oh, ice cream, you are really nice. Your name is vanilla, your name is strawberry, your name is cream, of what we really dream. Oh, ice cream, you are very cold. So cold that you're often promptly sold. My next poem is Life in Standard 10. When you are in Standard 10, it is the life of toil. You have to study burning the midnight oil. Otherwise, the turning point may be spoiled. Studying with sincerity will bring in your life prosperity. So study with absolute concentration till you achieve complete perfection. I used to like balloons very much. So once my mother said, you play with balloons, you buy balloons for your siblings. Why don't you just write a poem about balloons? So my next poem is My Balloon. I love my balloon, my big balloon, my blue balloon. How playful it is. Without it, something I miss. The joy, the gaiety, the buoyancy, the elasticity, the spur of celebration, the moment of glorification, of excitement and passion, relieve me from the tensions. My burlesque balloon, my bright balloon, my brisk balloon, my brilliant balloon. The balloon flew up into the air. Songs of festivity in their full blare. It is in itself the joy, cheer, and pleasure, unmisted by the sorrows or materialistic treasures. I see sorrow everywhere in the world, sorrows of poverty, orphans, widows, unemployed. Seeing the condition of the widows really drowned my soul. The ways their garbs, attitudes change just as they lost their husbands is pathetic. This led me to compose my next poem, Vermilion. Vermilion is the red thing the married ladies wear on their foreheads. My next poem, Vermilion. Bindi, you are a married woman. Do wear the red vermilion. Every time at home and also outside, you wear it always. You ought to wear it always, signifying you are a married lady now, and there's someone to protect you, like a banyan tree that spreads its branches and shades, comforts, soothes the sweat of the brow. Bindi, you ought to be decked in bangles, earrings, necklaces, whenever you are at home and at office, to show that you are happy, hale and hearty, and the center of attraction. Decades passed, and life was just a ball of cherries, as if the dove had spread its wings of peace. But something was in store for me. Death is inevitable, and none can prevent it. The day they brought him dead at my doorstep, All my dreams shattered like pieces of fragmented glass. It was a bolt out of the blue. My colorful garbs suddenly bathed in the beams of white. The vermilion was washed out. I can't believe my eyes. The tiny red circle on my forehead remains empty, void. My hubby was in my heart and my soul, and his non existence has been erased from my forehead. No one will ask me to wear the red saris, red vermilion, or red costumes. Red, the color of passion, bravery, brightness, has been replaced by something duller, dimmer. Oh, red vermilion, may you always shine on women's forehead to safeguard, protect them from the evil forces in the world. My second book, Letters to Him, is a book of realizations and feelings which may not be scientifically tested or proved. It is a long poem dedicated to God with no full stops. The full stop comes at the end of the poem. The first poem from my second book, Letters to Him, I would just like to read out. Nobler prayer. May the wandering find a shelter. May the thirsty get some water. May the hungry be fed. May the unemployed's destiny be led. May the orphans get someone who will adopt. May the harsh turn to be soft. May the widows reach their goal, which inspired their unquenched soul. May the sick soon recover. May the anger disappear. May the miserable again be happy. May the aged find tranquility. May everyone be happy and gay. May everyone have his day. My next poem from the same book is the Ratha Yatra, which is the festival of chariots celebrated with great pomp and show in Puri. Nowadays, the Ratha Yatra is also celebrated in other parts of India. The Ratha Yatra. Months before, spreads the air of festivity in Puri. Artisans carve three big wooden chariots where descends Lord Jagannath, Balaram, and Subhadra. The chariots are painted and decked with festoons, flowers, floral designs. The deities are laden with precious ornaments. Fabulous appears everything, each better than the other. The roads are swept with a golden broom by the Maharaja. Then the chariots are brought on the streets. The pure peregrination begins hence. Multitudes of devotees throng in from all over the world to pull God's robe. Begins the tussle, stampede, deaths, yet escalates the divine aura. To reach him, there are wars. The rope, it feels itself supreme. The path assumes to be the empire, and God smilingly acknowledges the best. Many other places celebrate Ratha Yatra in India, and the auspicious hour dawns when the rope of the chariot is to be pulled. Millions pour in and run like mad elephants to gain him in the mundane world. I love nature in all its forms, like the sky, trees, mountains, birds, etc. Romantic poets like William Wordsworth, who was a pantheist, that is, the high priest of nature, was extremely famous for his poem Daffodils. He used very simple language, but yet conveyed so much. This characteristic to make ordinary things look extraordinary and vice versa was awesome. Now I present my nature poem, Sea. The same sea, different forms, sometimes silent, sometimes violent. When will overflow, when remain stagnant. When tides occur, when privation. When benediction, when destruction. Fog when fills everywhere. Silver seas and white skies merge together into one whole. No solid differentiation, as humans studying in a map appear the same, regardless sex, caste, class, creed. Tumultuous battle, as if seeks liberation from some predestined curse, but yet is bound and will remain in bondage eternally, even where eyes cannot reach. Untaught, joyful, ecstatic play. Is it the same He who created a sea and a grass? Another poet, Robert Frost's poem, The Road Not Taken, moved me a lot and and composed many poems on the same theme. Today I'm reading another poem, Rhodes. The road divided into two, some coming, some going. Are they heading towards the destiny, or some finding it somewhere else? Who coming, who going? The same road hold myriad fates for millions. I also like John Donne's metaphysical poetry. In fact, he was the founder of metaphysical poetry. There's a lot of wit in his poetry. In his poem, The Flea, the speaker tries to seduce his mistress. The flea has bitten both the speaker and his beloved, so both their blood are mixed in the flea. Though their parents grudge their romance, she's and though she will not make love to him, they are nevertheless united and cloistered in the living walls of the flea. There's so much of wit and humor in John Donne's poetry. Similarly, moved by his poetry, I have composed Dearest Prince. Dearest Prince is in address to the sun. Dearest Prince, hi, how are you today? I have seen you since Ions, but never found any spur to greet, pep talk, ask about your well being. You shine eternally, then sleep for the night, again march ahead with your flashing light to enlighten even the darkest corner of the scullery. Do you never even wish to have a siesta and forget to rise the consecutive day or wake the members of your kith and kin, explaining your two roots to them who are identically bright, the world's light? What is your age? Are you every day the same sun or the age old tiresome fellow to engage your bones, flesh, and burn the midnight oil to toil for the next day? Through the curtain, by the window, you avidly stand until you find my feet on land. You do your duty selflessly and bid a goodbye at dusk, darkness that envelops in the mountains and at dusk. Then at the next morn, again you outshine, to be orange at dawn, a golden plate at 9. Literature itself is open-ended, and can be interpreted in many ways. It depends upon the readers. Poetry is the spontaneous overflow of powerful feelings having its origin in emotion in recollectant tranquility. Poetry can have many forms. It can be a sonnet, ballad, elegy, an epic. An epic reminds me of John Milton, a blind poet who composed Paradise Lost, mankind's first act of disobedience towards God, and the consequences that followed. Paradise Regained is Christian heroism. This is defined as enduring faith in God, belief in prayers, and a spiritual strength to preserve. Many poets write haiku poems, also, which is a Japanese poem with 3 lines of 5, 7, and 5 syllables. I thank Dr. Prasanna Kumar, the founder of Fertile Brains, from the bottom of my heart for creating this amazing platform of poets meet from different parts of the globe. And look at the invention of science. We are all sitting comfortably at home, still enjoying myriad poems from different infinite writers by just logging in either through the mobile or laptop. I marvel the invention of science. My profound gratitude and greetings to Dr. Prasanna Kumar for giving me an opportunity to present my poems today in this galaxy of eminent writers. May his pen always shine upon with golden letters. I'm truly humbled and honored. Thank you all for your patient listening. Thank you.